I'm Jenny, welcome to Alive Studios. Here we transfer cinefilm and videotapes to digital formats. The purpose of this video is to show you a few cool ways you can get the most out of your digital HD file. So when we've transferred your film, you will get either a portable USB drive or a little USB stick. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'll be using the stick, but the drive works in exactly the same way. So let's get stuck straight in, and I'll show you how the USB stick works on a computer. Okay, as you can see, on a Mac the stick appears on screen as a little icon. On Windows it looks a bit like this. So we just double click the icon and you'll see we have a little folder called Digital HD. If you've had your transfer done in 4K, it will say Digital 4K. So before we go any further and look at the files, we're going to take a copy of this data. We're going to copy it off the stick onto the computer so we can then eject the stick and put it away safely. And then we can play around with the files on the computer without fear of accidentally overwriting or deleting them, because we'll have a nice safe backup on our stick. So to do that, simply pick up the Digital HD folder and drag it off onto your desktop. Okay, so we've ejected the USB stick and put it safely back in the box. So now we can play around with the files on the computer. So if we open up the Digital HD folder, you can see that there's two files inside. One is the main movie, the other one is a folder called Reels. If we open up Reels, you can see that we have 10 files there. Now these relate to each of the films that were sent in. So this customer sent in 10 little 54 reels of cinefilm. So for each one of these, he has one movie file. Now, as a bonus, we put in this main movie, which is a nice compilation of all the reels running in order, blending seamlessly one into the next. So rather than having to click each of the little files every 4 minutes, say, you can just hit the main movie, sit back and watch that one in one go. So if you want to do a quick preview, we can go into files, just double click the movie you want to watch, it'll load up and we can watch it. Okay, now I think the best way to watch these digital HD files is in iTunes, and that's available on Mac or Windows. If you haven't already got iTunes, do go to the website and download it. It is a free download. So let's have a look at iTunes. Okay, so we're in iTunes. Most people think of iTunes as simply a music player, but it's an equally good video player. So next to the music tab, there's another icon, movies. So click that. And if you've never used movies in here before, this window will be empty. Obviously, I've got a few movies I've already bought in here. So to get your digital HD or digital 4K file in here is as easy as picking it up and dropping it in. Let go. And you'll see now that it's created a new tab up here that says Home Movies, because it's recognised that it's not a commercially bought film, it's a home movie. So click that and there it is, Janet and John's Movies. So to get the movie to play, simply double click the icon. Oh, there we go. And you'll see down here in the bottom right corner there's a little button to pop up your menu, and we now have chapters, and on this one we have 10 chapters and they correspond to the 10 cine reels that are in the movie. So you simply select another one to watch and there it is. So let me just close this one. Okay, I just wanted to show you what it looks like as your collection grows and you get more and more movies in here. So here's a whole bunch of home movies, and you can see the one we've just imported, Janet and John's Movies, which if we just click it once, it drops down some lovely information about that. You can fill all this in about where the films were taken, the year, the dates, the people that star in them, loads of information. So that's my main reason for suggesting that you use iTunes to store your home movies, because it's a good way of keeping them organised. Another big reason is that if you want to get these movies onto your Apple mobile devices, so that's things like an iPad or an iPhone, you have to use iTunes to do that. But once you've got the movie in iTunes, as we have, it is really easy to sync it to your iPad or iPhone. I'll quickly show you. So these tabs again at the top, we've got one there that says devices, which if I click, you can see I have an iPad and an iPhone connected. I select the iPad, and this is all the movies that I've got on the computer, and I can say which ones I want to sync to the iPad. So I simply click on the Janet and John's one and hit sync, and it starts copying it over to the iPad. So the files have copied over to our iPad, so we'll take a look at that now. So you press the little video button at the bottom. There's our movie. There's our 10 chapters again. So just select the one you want to watch and it just plays. Really is as simple as that. So that's Apple devices. If you've got an Android phone or tablet, I can show you next how to get your movies onto your Android device. So to get your movie copied onto your Android device, simply load up Android File Transfer. If you haven't already got this, go to android.com and download it. It's free and it's available on Mac or Windows. So with my device plugged in, so this is my Android phone, or I could have an Android tablet, plugged in and connected USB into my computer. All I've got to do, you can see in the Android File Transfer software, there's a folder there called Movies. I just pick up my Janet and John movie and I drag it over onto the Movies folder. And it starts copying in. That's now transferring the file onto my phone. Okay, so we've got the files on our Android phone. To play the movie, just press on Apps and then Video. And there's our film. So just press the play icon and our movie plays. So we've covered mobile devices, we've covered computer. The last thing I want to show you is how to get your USB stick working on your TV. So I'm going to grab the USB stick and head on over to my house. So we've got a big screen TV and I've just plugged the USB stick into the port on the back of the telly, and this is what's come up. So if you can remember from earlier, I showed you on the stick there were two folders. There's the digital HD or digital 4K, which is the whole movie running all 10 reels one after the other. Then we've got a folder called Reels, which is the individual files. So simple as clicking the icon plays the movie. There we go. And back to here. Now if we want to access an individual reel, go across to Reels, and there's our chapters, and just pick another one, and there we go. So that's reel 10 playing, and back to the menu there. So it really is as easy as that. You just plug the stick into the telly, boom, all your movies come up. Now if you haven't got a TV with a USB port, then there's a variety of TV streaming boxes available. I've got a couple here to show you. If you're an Apple user and you like the iTunes way that I showed you earlier, then there's the Apple TV box. If you're more of an Android user, that's the system that we're using here because this is an Android TV. There's loads of Android streaming boxes. This one's an NVIDIA Shield. I like this one because it has a USB port. So when I connect this to my TV, I've now effectively made my TV a USB friendly telly, so that's really handy. All TV streaming boxes simply connect to the telly with an HDMI cable, so cable in here, cable in the back of the telly, and then it lives under the TV with your Skybox. They all work pretty much the same. You can stream video from any computer in the house through the box to display the movie on the telly. Some of them, as I say, have a USB port, which is handy, and I believe most of them you can push the movie from a phone or a tablet to the telly. Google call it casting, Apple call it AirPlay, I think, but they all work in a pretty similar way, and it's a brilliant way of using the digital files that we provide to you with your big screen TV. All these options, we're trying to put as much detail as we can into our support pages on the website, so check that out. We're also going to start making short videos going through each of these devices in a bit more detail. So if there's any device that you'd like to see us do, let us know and we'll try and make a video on it. Next ones we'll do will be the NVIDIA Shield and the Apple TV box. So thanks for watching.